joy and make this a great community evening and a night of fun. Welcome, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, Elizabeth. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we are indeed blessed to have in our presence His Most Reverend Excellency Bishop James Jekyll, the Bishop of Metuchen. Let's all rise. Let's give him a welcoming applause. Come on, everybody.
I read in the history that the parish started as a mission of South Amboy, St. Mary's in South Amboy. I can't imagine the priest, riding, however he got here, on a horse, or what did he do? I don't know how he got here back 100 years ago, from South Amboy to Iselin for Mass. So God bless them, and God bless all our predecessors in the parish who built such a beautiful plant for us. We're so fortunate to have the beautiful church and the beautiful facilities that we have. The most beautiful thing about the parish, of course, is you. And I always love coming to visit you. I hope you know my love for you, my gratitude for you, and my prayers for you. I look forward to being with many of you tomorrow if you're able to come for Mass at 11:30. The Mass to open the year was great, and I'm sure the Mass that we have tomorrow to close the year will be super too. So my task, the bishops get to do the easy task. I get to bless the food, That's what bishops are the best at, blessing things, So we get to bless the food. So why don't we pause and thank God for the blessing of St. Cecilia's parish, and ask Him to bless all of us and this food that we're about to enjoy. The Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Loving Father, you're so good to us. You bless us with so many things. The gift of life, the gift of faith. Thank you for the gift of St. Cecilia's parish, for all those people who have made it into what it is today. We ask you to be good to them, Lord, especially those who have gone before us. We ask you to embrace them warmly and reassure us of their happiness with you through the gift of peace which only you can give. We ask, thank you for all those who make St. Cecilia's the great parish it is today. We ask, Lord, reward them for their generosity and give us the strength and the courage and wisdom to know what to do next as we continue to build your kingdom in Iselin. We thank you for the gift of this food. To be able to enjoy it with one another is a great blessing. Keep us safe and in your care. We ask this all as we pray together. Bless us, O Lord, and these thy gifts which we are about to receive. May abounding through Christ our Lord. Amen. Bon appetit, though, everybody,
Thank you, Your Excellency.
I got to St. Cecilia's, or I got to the Menlo Park section of Woodbridge back in 1960 when I was 2 years old. Do the math, I'll tell you I'm 64. You don't have to strain yourself thinking about that. Moved here with my parents and my sister, 3 more kids after that. Went to St. Cecilia's School in September of 1965. Miss Homsack, Miss Schott, Mrs. Skarzinski, my 2 favorite teachers, Mrs. Desmond and Mr. Peacock, Miss Cross, Miss Gasser, and Mrs. Clark. They're my 8 teachers all through St. Cecilia's. Loved it. Had an absolutely wonderful education. Went on to St. Thomas Aquinas. All 5 of us went through 12 years of Catholic school. I don't know how my parents did it, but they did. They sacrificed a lot. I remember Father Willis, later Monsignor Willis. We all thought he was the goods. He was an amazing man. I remember being an altar boy. Does anybody remember the old church with the rail? And I was an altar boy, and a lot of my friends were altar boys. We had to follow the priest around with a plate and a handle, and we had to hold it under people's chin in case he dropped the host. I don't know why I remember that, but that was something that was very, very memorable. I remember Father Herring right off the boat from Ireland. I remember Father Roos. I remember masses. There were 6 or 7 masses upstairs. There were 6 or 7 masses downstairs. All 45 minutes, no longer than 45 minutes. Started at 7:30, finished at 12:15. So many great memories of St. Cecilia's. Lord's Hall, Fatima Hall, the playground. The church bulletin was the big deal. Every August when you got the church bulletin, you looked and see what classes you were in, and all your friends, you talked about it. We couldn't wait for, well, at least I couldn't wait for school to start. The Iselin Fair. You cannot talk about Iselin without talking about the Iselin Fair. The bullet was the key. I was afraid of the bullet. I never went on the bullet. I was afraid of it. The octopus over in that corner, the scrambler in that corner, the Ferris wheel in that corner, and the tilt-a-whirl right in the middle, all the orange booths, the beer tent, the ribs, the clams, The pizza, the Iselin Fair pizza, they sell it now at the place over in Avenel. They got the recipe from somebody, and they now sell it at the restaurant there. Knights of Columbus, all of the men from St. Cecilia's Church were members of the Knights of Columbus. They all worked the fair all day. The women were making the pizza and the food, and the men at the beer tents. We actually have, and it's kind of interesting, underneath on Green Street, when you go underneath the tracks to get to Route 27, we've been working with Amtrak literally for 2 years. It's unbelievably hard working with them. We're going to have a mural on both sides. One side is going to be Old Iselin with the Iselin Theater picture, Eagle Hardware picture, a couple others, I forget which ones. The other side is going to be all Iselin Fair. We have a poster. We're going to put that right in the middle, and we're going to have pictures of the rides, pictures of the ticket booths, you name it. It's just going to be amazing because the history of Iselin all revolves around St. Cecilia's Church, and it revolves around St. Cecilia's School. I'm so proud to have grown up around St. Cecilia's and in St. Cecilia's. It's a terrific place. So thank you very much for the opportunity to be with you here tonight. Thank you.
name is. The hall, Lord's Hall, is to the left as you looked at the building. And the main part, the original part, is over that way, to the right. But we had so many kids that they used a little house in the middle of the parking lot for the kindergarten. Then they had the Kwanzaa hut. I went to the 3rd grade in the Kwanzaa hut. Because we had so many children, we went to an AM and a PM session. And we still didn't have enough room for everybody. So we built a school, no problem. And we went to full day. The Dominican sisters from Newburgh at the time were the primary educators. Then it became the Filipino sisters from Morristown. And now it's the Christian sisters of Charity from Pennsylvania, Philadelphia. Mendham, New Jersey, I'm sorry. But sister lived in Pennsylvania for a while. Our socialness concentrated on the Kwanzaa hut and the cafeteria in the beginning. I learned today that the Kwanzaa hut was the place where they held many dances and that you could actually roller skate there on occasion. It had a wooden floor, so it was perfect. But they also used the cafeteria for the Holy Name Society, the Rosarians, the Scouts, and for something else that I can't think of right now. We had a New Year's Eve dinner dance that was unbelievable. People talked about it for years. Then we had more than a social life too. We started our fair, as John said. And whether you were a member of the parish, a resident of Iselin, or the surrounding area, you waited every year for that fair. We came from Route 1 as kids. My father would drive up and I'd see the rides going up on Sunday morning. It was like, yes, let's go. And of course you come back the next Sunday and everything's gone. And it's like, really? But we had the rides, we had the pizza, we had the ribs, we had the crullers, and people stood in line for, it seemed like hours to get this food. And eventually you hear the MC go, last call, we're running out. And people would migrate over to the stands to buy them. We had raffles that were unbelievable. We'd give away 2 cars. Then we gave away 1 car and money. Then they decided, well, we'll just give away money. You can buy your own car then. One gentleman won $33,000. That was his take-home prize. So we were really, really good. Of course, the church burned. We moved across the street into where we celebrate Mass today. But we didn't miss a beat. Church burned during the week, cafeteria was set up, we had Mass right in our own little area of the world. The only time we asked for some help was for a funeral or a wedding because they were special events. Everything changes, nothing stays the same. You really wouldn't want it to stay the same either. Today we don't have all of those big events, we don't have a huge parish of parishioners, and we don't have a school, but we do have CCD, and it's a really good program. And not only have we continued the CCD, but we have our RCIA, we have adult confirmation, we accommodate everyone. Some of the classes are in English, some of them are in Spanish. It is great. We have our picnic in the park. We have with Mass once a year. We have coffee and cake once a month in the atrium. It's an absolutely wonderful place to be. And you'll notice that I didn't give a particular date. I didn't give any names because every single person associated with St. Cecilia's and every single day at St. Cecilia's is just as important as any other time or person. And I need to warn you, when you get up Tuesday morning, February 7th, the real date of the anniversary, the actual date, we start the next century. It's the first day of our second 100 years. So be prepared. We will rise to the occasion. We are great, and we are very, very blessed. Thank you.
turn, slide right, slide left, slide right. 2 steps left, 2 steps, walk. Go back, forward, this is second time, forward, turn, slide right, left, right. 2 steps left, 2 steps, walk. Go back, forward, back, turn, slide right, left, right. 2 steps left, 2 steps right, walk. Turn, slide right, slide left, 2 steps left, 2 steps right, walk. Go back, forward, back, forward, back, turn, slide right, slide left.